Hey guys, Sandy here. Welcome back to the channel. Today I am scrapbooking with that mixed media layout that I made yesterday. So as you can see, it is wavy. There is some warpiness going on. I am not stressing out about that though, because this bad boy is going to flatten out once it gets into an album. I'm going to be scrapbooking these two photos, so let's see what I can do. All right, guys, so I have pulled out some things, and I just went looking in my stash for teals, blues, and greens, because I really want it to coordinate with the background. Sometimes I want to pop off of a background, and sometimes I kind of want it to all blend together into something beautiful. Now, these photos are of one of the spa rooms at a spa that we liked to go to when we lived in California. This one was really awesome. It had a sauna, it had a cold plunge, and it had a hot tub. And you'll learn at the end what I thought about that, because I journaled about it, and I will actually read to you the journaling once I get to the point where I am journaling on the page. But right now I am figuring out how I want my photos to overlap each other. I wanted a good portion of this mixed media stuff that I did on the side to show through. That's where I ran that, that mixed media comb through some modeling paste and then sprayed over top of it. If you want to see how this background came together, you're going to want to check out last night's video, last night's Sunday night mixed media backgrounds. Sometimes I like to put my backgrounds off to the side and save them for a rainy day. And sometimes I like to use them right away. This was one of those times where I was like, man, I've got these photos from the spa and I really, really want to scrapbook them. So I went ahead and scrapbooked them. I am using this washi sheet from 49 and Market, and I am putting that down there, the word amazing. And it obviously, you have discovered that I liked the place because I say it's amazing. And then I am trying to figure out how the heck I am going to get these tool circles adhered to my page. So my stapler does not extend to where I want it to extend. I do have a desire to get a long reach stapler. Every once in a while, I'm like, man, I need to get one because it never fails. I'll go through a phase where I need like a long reach stapler. And then I won't need it again and I'll stop thinking about it. And then something will happen and I'm like, daggone it, why didn't I ever, go buy myself a long reach stapler? And here I am at that moment, haven't needed one in a hot moment, like a hot minute for real. And now that this has come around, I'm like, I need a long reach stapler. Why have I not purchased one before now? So will I actually purchase a long reach stapler? Who knows? But I do realize in this moment I wish I had one. So I am going to just kind of decorate around the edges now. At first I was thinking I was going to keep my decorations very cornered, so that the left bottom corner and the top right corner would be the only ones that had embellishment. I kind of throw that out the window, and basically I've put embellishment all around the photos. And that's okay, right? Like, your original plan doesn't have to be the plan that you end up with. You can, expand and do all of the fun things. So that is what I'm doing. I'm expanding and doing all of the fun things. Now, I am going to use this little banner bit. I used the banner on that layout a couple days ago, guys, where I did the Joan Jett layout when we went to that concert. And I love me some banners. I just, I feel like banners are another thing I go in waves on of whether or not I use them. And I think I'm definitely in the banner moment right now. And I think that that is perfectly okay to be in my banner moment. So I am just going to play around with the things that I have and figure that out. I'm also going to move the photos around to really just get them where I need them to be, right? We're not talking about I just lost my thought. I literally lost my thought in the middle of a sentence. Don't you guys hate that when you are literally speaking about something and it goes away? That's even worse than when you walk into another room and you're like, why did I come in here? Like, it goes away faster than that, which happened today at work a couple times. I would walk around the corner and then I would be like, what was I in here? What was I doing? Anyway, it must just be one of those moments. Who knows? I'm going to blame the sinus infection from hell that has lasted now forever. I still have congestion. I still got snot and mucus. I'm just ready for it to be completely over with. Do you know what I mean? I am over having this in my head. Really, I'm done. But anyway, I am just going to keep on layering and clustering things together and kind of tucking them in and nestling them with each other. Again, I'm using the blues, the greens, and the teals. And that is so everything will kind of match up and coordinate. Like I said, I want it to kind of flow with what I have going on in the background. Right? Like, I don't want it to compete with the photos. I want a beautiful background and embellishments, and I want my photos to kind of pop. Sometimes I am not caring about the photos, and that sounds really horrible. And I don't mean I don't care about the photos, but I don't care if the photos are making a statement on the page or popping off the page. But I really kind of wanted them to kind of pop off the page. Like, you see the photos first, and then I want your eye to kind of travel around the page. And when I look at this layout, that's what happens to me. So I'm hoping when other people look at this layout, they get that same kind of experience, right? I am going to mess around with this. I'm going to play around with the tools some more. I will add a bunch of glue on that butterfly that I used underneath of the photos to pop it up at the end when I'm certain I know where I want this layout to be. Now, the reason why I used 3 tool circles was because I wanted you to be able to see the tool. Tool is something that adds a very light texture. It doesn't add a lot of weight to your page. And if it was just one layer, you would hardly be able to see it. But when I put 3 of them together, there was a little bit more of oomph behind that, which, you know, I'm good with. Like, I wanted the little bit of oomph, which is kind of hard when you really love a background and you want your background to show through, but you also want your photos to be the main portion of the layout, right? Like, you're probably like, what are you even talking about right now, Sandy? But that's how my brain was working, right? That's at least how it was going along in my head. That's what made sense to me, right? Like, I want this beautiful background that's there, and you want to look at it, but you're looking at the photos first. So there we are. So now I'm trying to find some more flowers. I wish I had more of these blue flowers with the gold on them. I know I've used them in the past, and I'm pretty sure they came in a Rosie Studio die cut package that I've got in the shop. So shameless plug. If you want these gold flowers, get yourself into the Scrapping Reflection shop and check out the Rosie Studio section. You know, sometimes you just gotta shamelessly plug yourself, right? Like, how in the world else will anyone know? It's funny because sometimes I still get like, wait, you're State Goddess and Scrapping Reflections? I'm like, yeah, it's all me. It's all me. Hey, all me. But yeah, anyway, so a little bit of a shameless plug. Like, I'm just putting it out there. So that was an advertisement, you guys. Anyway, also, now I've pulled out these acrylic shapes. Now these are from Close to My Heart, and I got them when they were going out of business, and I got them for pennies. And they are a cheap acrylic, what I feel like is a cheap acrylic. But these little things that are like tucked in and just the basic shapes like the hearts and the arrows, I don't mind using on my layout. But I don't think that they are like super high quality. Does that make sense? Motion detected at the door. So yeah. What was I getting ready to say? Okay, I'm also going to use these pearls, and then I'm going to throw some rhinestones on there as well, because why not? Why don't we just put all the sparkle in? So now we've kind of got like the gold and the silver and the sparkly and all of the things going on this layout. Some of the things are tucked underneath of the tool. Some of the things are on top of the tool. It's just a matter of where I felt like I wanted it to go. I'm going to use these pink fresh letters to spell out the word just. So it says just amazing. And then I am going to add 2 little W's, and it doesn't, it's not meant to be read just WW amazing. It's meant to be read just amazing, but the WWs are on there because the place is called Watercourse Way. My journaling says, we adore Watercourse Way. This room with the sauna, the hot tub, and the cold plunge is one of our favorites. I do have to admit, I like the cold plunge better when it wasn't fully functional and was more of a tepid plunge. Total truth in that statement. And then I put the date, May 2023, which was when we went there. So there is this layout, you guys. Let me know if you have any questions. I know I'm way behind on responding to comments on YouTube, and I'm sorry, you guys. I am sorry. I can't make a promise of when it'll get done, but I am sorry, and I am reading them. So there is that. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for your patience. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys again real soon for another video.